Hi, my name is Lay-Ean. I'm joined here today with two of my good friends, Belinda, Bernadette. Belinda here has two beautiful teenage boys, Ian, who is year 9 in high school, and Ryan, who is year 5 in primary school. And Bernadette has also have two boys, Andrew, year 7, and James, who is year 5. So welcome, Belinda and Bernadette.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we're here today, just basically we're going to talk about the issues about social media and teenagers. So I just thought this area would be good because you have a teenager and a primary school boy. So this is one of the aspects that I think is a widely discussed topic about social media and the children nowadays. So we will start from the very basic. Do I understand that you have internet connection at home? Should I start with Belinda?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We do. We have had one.
So this is going to be like to start. I'm sure we're very open with internet nowadays. So from what age? Let's start with the computer first. When we first started, do you allow your children to have a computer each? Or do you have a common computer where everybody share in a common area? Mm-hmm. So shall we start with Belinda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. We have a computer from ever since I can remember. Those days with those big bulky things, you know. Yeah, that was solely TK and mine.
Yes.
Initially, and then with homework and everything, they need to use a computer. So I think way back when Ian was even year 1. When he was 6, 7 years old, he's actually been subjected to a computer, been aware of computer usage and everything else, and also in school, they teach that as a subject as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think not so much then as it is now, like Ryan is going through the computer age as well, but I think between the ages when he was, let's say, year 1 and Ian being in year 1, I think they're actually focusing much more for Ryan than those days with Ian. So yes, we've had computer back then, but those days I think they've used it in a different, in a different light. They use it solely maybe for a bit of homework, a little bit of mathematics.
Yeah,
mathematics.
Yeah.
And much more now with Ryan. They're doing mathematics almost every day.
And those are online
mathematics. You see, and speed and accuracy and everything else.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually evolved throughout the years. I mean, Ian now year 9 and Ryan year 5. So like they've actually progressed a lot. Along the lines. Yeah. So yes, Ian is into heaps of stuff. Facebooking, MSNing, all sorts of things. YouTubing, creating websites, all that.
Yeah, we will come back to that social media thing. And what about you, Bernadette?
Okay, my children have been using computers since I think they were about 3, but mainly for educational, games and softwares. Other than that, like as soon as they started school in primary years, probably around year 3 onwards, I think that's when they started using computers for schoolwork, school projects. And of course now with high school, the demands, for doing research is, a lot more, and mainly, all the time that they spend on the computers will be doing their school projects, and of course, socializing with friends, on Facebook and.
So I think we come a long way from a disc game to internet access. So I think now the issue is, this is I think a hot topic for parents at the moment, when they are at the stage of the exposure of the social media, being Facebook, Twitter, blogging, MSSing, this sort of thing. For us who has teenagers, probably it's not as daunting at this stage, purely because we have been exposed throughout the years. But for the parents who have children in primary school age, and if once the kid starts to go into that area. It's a new experience for them.
Yes.
So I think they find this issue very a challenging issue. So can I just go back from your experience? When did you actually realize your kids actually started the using the social media platform? So like for example, when do they actually, when do you actually notice they're on Twitter or
SMSing,
yeah.
For me, I noticed Ian on Facebook. I think probably it would be year 6 bordering on year 7, and I think it's just graduated and it's more intense now than he's now in year 9. But I think when he first initially started, I think it was year 6. Yeah, probably tethering on end of year 6. So 12
years old. What about you, Bernadette?
Probably around year 5, year 6. Like James, being the younger brother, would have started 1 year before Andrew because he went apart. So Andrew started when he was about like year 6.
Same.
Like so emails and emailing friends and all this.
Bring you back that few years ago. What was going through your mind? Is it, oh my gosh, they're online, what am I going to do? Is it safe? Have you ever occurred to you that there's a safety issue going on there? So how did you feel? How did you go about educating them? Did you have a talk? How did you go about it? Probably you might want able to share.
What happened was it was practically like overnight. The discovery was like overnight. Oh wow, my son's online. My son's online. He's emailing. And I'm thinking, oh, as you say, is it safe? That sort of issues just come about, and basically it's more like having a peek. What's he doing? What's he writing, by the way? And that sort of thing. And I think I wasn't well versed then when I first discovered. How, and I asked myself and TK, my husband, how should we go about this? How should we manage this? Because it's going to be there. And in our lives, and it's only going to get bigger, So we were just talking to friends, we were looking up, ourselves in books and papers and magazines and, all that. So I think we just thought, it's not going to stop. We are not going to stop him. We're just going to monitor it. We're going to see how far this is going to take him, right? So it was emailing. It was emailing for quite a while, It's only, I think, in the recent 2 years, I would say, like Facebook, has really taken off with him. I can only speak for Ian, and for my other son, Lay-Ean, I think he started year 5 this year, because he's seeing his older brother in Facebook. So therefore, I will venture into Facebook. I will make myself a name. I will create this for myself, after watching his older brother. But how we monitored was, we told him, firstly, the rules are homework first, right? After your homework, you can do some reading. He loves reading anyway, so he'll do his reading. And any spare time you have, you can go on computer, but it's monitored up to a certain point, like half an hour, an hour, and that's it. And the computer is always in a common area, and always has been and still is. They don't have their own computer even till today's day. They don't actually have their own computer. We have computers, but it's actually mine and my husband's, but they can actually have access to use my computer or his dad's computer, but he has to ask first.
Okay.
That's how we want it. And we say, look, it's always your homework first, project assignments, anything else first, then you have your time to social with your friends, and then and it's also monitored how long he can be on the computer.